Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Joy Osoka, Department of Software Engineering, and I'll be summarizing the book Leader Who Has No Title. So, summarizing chapter 1, Blake Davis was born in Maliqui. He lost his parents at a young age, he entered depression, he lost his friends and family, he had trauma and all. So, along the line, he entered the military and later retired and started working in a bookshop. So, currently, he's 29 years old. So, um, summarizing this whole chapter, from what we can see, life isn't forever. So, we have to cherish the people around us. Moving on to chapter. So, in this chapter, an old man called Tommy Flynn, who was 77 years, met Blake in a bookshop and asked him if he knew Oscar. Oscar we're talking about here is Blake's father. So Tommy and Blake were having a conversation, and Tommy told Blake that title isn't needed in leadership. Sometimes you need to miss your way to know more clarity. Do not hate knowledge, because deep knowledge comes from doing what you love. The only way to thrive in the world of many uncertainties is by developing leadership skills. Once you awaken the inner leader inside you, you can drive change without having a title. So in this chapter, we can see that title doesn't really matter, the same way age doesn't also really matter. Age is just a label that people place on others so they can limit themselves from getting things and succeeding. So moving on to chapter 3. So in this chapter, we can see that Tommy invited Blake to a cemetery by 5 a.m. to give him an emotional push. Getting up early is an important leadership technique. Provided you breathe, you can lead. So leaders do what failures are not ready to do, even if it means even if it's not pleasant. Tommy was impressed with Blake for coming early and gave him a necklace written LWT. Tommy taught the human regrets and human victories to Blake. So in this chapter, we can see that getting up early is an important leadership technique. So as we're getting up early, we are passionate about improving our life daily because the way we create our life is the way we live it. So success is gotten from little bits of daily discipline, and these little bits of discipline are so small that people think that they don't matter, but they actually matter. So in this life, trust the growth process. So moving on to chapter 4. In this chapter, we can see that the first teacher that Blake had an encounter with was Anna. She was an Argentinian woman who worked as a cleaner in a hotel. She taught the principal, you do not need a title to be a leader. She taught him the four natural powers from a napkin. These powers include the power to express the absolute best in what you do, the power to influence, elevate, and inspire people, the power to treat all stakeholders with respect, the power to be positive in facing off negative conditions. She explained this with an acronym image. In this acronym, you can see I stands for innovation. So innovation in what I think is thinking about what you can do to make today better than yesterday. Mastery, being good in what you do. Authenticity, being true to yourself, believing in yourself when nobody would. Guts in business, seeing opportunities when others see obstacles. Not only that, but being able to overcome it. Ethics, you just can never go wrong with doing the right thing. So ethics in what I think ethics leaders should have. Do not talk anyhow, be humble, show integrity. Your actions should correspond with your words. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Chapter 5. They went on to meet the second teacher, Ty Boyd. He was a retired skier in his late 50s. Currently, he owned a ski shop. He taught a principle which says turbulent times build great leaders. If people continue to fight, they will end up in troubles, but they should commit to the four lines. If you want to maximize your potentials, you stay out of your comfort zone. So he also gave an acronym the same way Anna gave an acronym in the previous chapter. His own says SPARK. S stands for speak with brilliance. Speaking in brilliance in the sense that you build communication skills with people. Prioritize. You prioritize your time. You cut off things of low impact in your life to make higher impact, to set higher impact, to set goals. Not only setting goals, but be focused. Adversity. You keep moving forward. You keep moving forward during tough times. Response or versus reaction. Looking for solution instead of worrying, instead of thinking about the hard times or the negative impacts. Kudos. Appreciating people, even if it's the smallest thing they do for you in stressful times. Chapter 6. After Ty, they went to meet Jackson. He was a retired software engineer in his late 60s. He taught the principle the deeper your relationship, the stronger your leadership. One important ingredient for success is learning how to get along with people. Make people feel important. The larger your dream, the more important it is to have people around you who will help you achieve it. Be humble because only humble people improve on themselves. So, in this chapter, we can see that part of winning is helping others around you to win. Leaders help others to unleash the greatness in them. The law of reciprocity states that when you genuinely help people, they will do anything to genuinely help you. Be humble. Only humble people improve on themselves to be better. The larger your dream to be more important, is more important to have people around you to achieve it. So give passive energy to whenever you are around people or to anyone you are fortunate enough to help. After Jackson, they went to meet the last teacher, Jet Brisley. Jet taught him the most important principle, which says to be a great leader, first become a great person. He explained this with an acronym, SHINE. Chapter 8. The Monday after Blake's encounter with the four leaders, he was expecting to see Tommy as usual, but he didn't. When he asked Anna, she said that he had been battling with cancer and died. On the day of his burial, he wrote a letter for Blake, and in the letter, he handed over his Porsche car, that was giving rich man vibes, over to Blake, and explained why he always carried the Mickey Mouse handkerchief. Blake decided to share the LWT philosophy and wrote a book about it. This is my summary on a leader without a title. Thank you.